Hi guys, Steve up at the property, and today we're going to install a security camera. Now, many of you may be in the same situation that I'm in. I don't have power up here yet. I have an old garage, which you see behind me, an abandoned cabin over here, and I'm building a new home back behind where the camera is. And they have electricity up here. They have the power lines for the old cabin, but it's not turned on. So until I have the property, the house built and have the electricity turned on, I don't have a way to put in a conventional like security system. And I don't like leaving everything just locked up in my garage there. I want to be able to keep an eye on it. What I'm using now is I have my cellular trail cam set up here. But to be honest with you, that's not live time. They have like check-in periods. So my trail cam will pick up people, trespassers walking by, and they'll set it off and I'll get an alarm. But what happens is they do check-ins. So the system will check in with the trail cam, I don't know, once every 30 minutes, once every hour. I'm not exactly sure when. But then it uploads whatever videos and pictures it captures. So you're not really capturing it live time. Somebody could break in, somebody can come on the property, set off the camera, break in my garage, steal stuff and leave. And I wouldn't know about it until after they're gone by seeing like the garage door open or something. So I didn't realize that was the case with that camera. I've only been using it for 30 days or so I figured, all right, that's not really a good option for now. So I saw this on Amazon. It's solar powered, it's got a battery, it's cellular. It'll, I think you can use AT&T signal, which is what I have here. I have a Verizon phone. So my cell phone doesn't get signal here, but AT&T does. And you could load this with an AT&T data card. They give you a data card. And with this, it's got the camera. It's got a light on it, so it could shine the light on when it detects motion. And you have the ability to talk to whoever's there, kind of like your Ring doorbell camera. So this is great. So this way, if it sets it off, I get an alarm on my phone. I go to my phone and say, can I help you? Get the hell off my property. I'm calling the cops. So I thought this was a great solution. I'll put the link to this in the description. It was not expensive. I can't remember. I think it was less than $100. Could that be? Well, I'll put it underneath so you can see how much I paid for it. And it looks pretty easy. I already opened it up and looked through the directions just a little bit. And one of the first things you have to do is charge the battery in it. So they give you all the cables and everything. I charged up the battery, so now it's ready to install. Now here it's got the Elliott Club SIM card, and there's all kinds of different plans. I think it gives you a 30-day free trial, and then after that you could pay, I think it's like $10, $15 a month, and you could, I'm not exactly sure how SIM cards work, but I'll find out. But if it means, you know, they mail you a new SIM card, or maybe you have to activate it, maybe you get it for 3 months, 6 months, 12, I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna mount it high up the garage doors, you'll see. And, you know, that way I just break out the ladder. If I have to replace the SIM card, so be it. Got your manual. It gives you a template so you can drill the holes. Quick reference guide. Here's the solar panel. the unit itself, and a package for the hardware. Now, right now I have the my cell camera right here. Tacticam Reveal X Pro. And there's the garage. And if you see that higher boarded up, like loft area, plywood, I guess there were doors there at some point. I'm gonna mount it right on top of there so nobody can really get at it. Unfortunately, you know, I did this hastily and it's not very high up and somebody can just rip it down. Now, I did this because, you know, I got the camera mounted and I don't think for the most part, any, you know, trespassers, you have people that walk through here all the time and they're just hikers or neighborhood people just going for a walk. And I don't, well, obviously I don't like trespassing. I don't want people to rip me off. So I put this little sign, you know, I just flipped around the posted private property, no trespassing signs, because they're durable and they last and you can ride on them. This has been up here for a few weeks and, you know, it's not running or anything. It basically says, read this. You are on camera right now. I have been alerted. I am calling the police. Cellular cameras are everywhere on this property. If you run now, you may get away before they get here. Now, I don't have cellular trail cams all through the property. I have regular trail cams. So if they come, they walk through this property, I'm getting them. You know, more ways than one. So, and I got a camera on the road, a little private road that comes up here. So if they drive up here, I'm getting their license plate too. So I did have a video of a couple of young kids, not teenagers, and I caught it. I got the video on my trail cam, and they read this, and I think one of the kids says, "I'm getting out of here right now," and they left. That's what it's supposed to do, you know. So.
Yeah, maybe let's here, I'm taking a photo of this. Maybe let's head out. Wait, there's
Let's, I don't think there's much to putting that thing together. I'm sure the biggest thing is going to be the app on your phone, putting in the SIM card. There's a, you have to put in an SD card, the data card, so I guess you could record the videos too. Not exactly sure. I'm gonna put it up there. So this way when they come and they read the sign, I'm pretty sure you could direct the camera. If you're alerted, you could control the camera. So let's get to work. Okay. So I really didn't do anything in the way of putting this thing together. This is how it came. Now, they have these little rubber covers. You pop that out. They give you a cable, HDMI, not HDMI, USB cable to charge it. I think it took like 3 or 4 hours. They say 10 to 13, something like that. But it only took like 3 or 4 hours and it got fully charged. Then this whole unit's like this. And I was looking for the SD card, but I saw a picture of it on here, but the little label says, to avoid incorrect insert, we preloaded the SD card for you. All right. Now, this looks like it just goes like this. And there's two. You see these little brass things, screw inserts. And in the little hardware kit, they give you a whole bunch of screws. Now there's only 2 here, but they give you like 7. And another thing is, when I charge this up, this little rubber booty is not attached to the housing. So I had taken it off, charged it, and I left it at home. I live on Long Island, and my property here is in Pennsylvania. But in the little baggie, they give you a couple extras. So I was thrilled that I could actually continue with the installation. All right, let's get a couple of those screws. All right, these screws don't go all the way in, but they tighten to hold the solar panel. Well, I guess moving around. Yeah, the solar panels on my trail cams keep these trail cams fully powered. And this one's not going to get, I can tell you that my trail cams I'm using now for this area, I only get, you know, once a day, maybe, a deer walks by. That's it. So it's not a heavily traveled area, so it's not going to get a lot of usage. So this big solar panel should actually do a really good job at keeping this thing fully charged. Okay. And then the only thing you got to do is connect them. Tight fit. Gonna have to get some sandpaper. Okay, it was just a little rough there. Hopefully it should slide right in now. There we go. Yeah, it's a tight fit. And there might be some flashing left over, so if you got to scuff it a little bit to remove anything, that's fine. And there's a little O-ring in between the connections, and they give you an extra one in here. And that's it, and you got the little screw here. And they only go together one way. Just look for the arrows pointing to each other. Now on the instructions and everything, you gotta load the SIM card, and you gotta get it connected to the app. So, like I said, my phone doesn't get signal right here on the property, so I gotta drive this off somewhere where I can get signal so I could pair it up with the app. Insert SIM card into your camera. On the bottom here, yep, it says SIM right in there, okay? And they give you a little diagram. All right, they have it shown this way in the instructions, so I don't want to screw this up. They put, yeah, just, I guess, punch it out here. Be careful, these things are delicate. Okay? Looking at the picture, it's supposed to go in this way. Gold side up. All right. All right, it went in there. Nice click, click. I felt it. All right. All right. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to pair it up with the app where I can get some signal. Okay, guys. Well, I had to go find signal, and I have some here. So, got the camera. There's an on button here, so it's to turn it on. Please turn on the camera here. So there's another one of these little rubber thingies here. And there's an on-off switch you probably can't see. But now it is on. Alright, it's red. There's a red and blue flashing light for installation. Okay, charging your cameras. I did that. Insert the SIM card. I did that. In-app setup. Please download the Soliom Plus app on your Google Play Store, blah, blah, blah. I have it on my phone. That's what we're trying to do.
Insert the SIM card, install the camera, install the antenna, then power on the device. The blue LED will light up after about 1 minute. Click Next.
Oh, okay. So I guess we have to see if the blue light's on. I see it flashing. It says 1 minute. Well, it's red. Alright, blue light isn't constantly on. Click here. Alright. Okay, I don't think I did this part. Soliom Plus would like to access the camera. We need to add the device by scanning the QR code with your camera. Skew the QR code on the camera. Well, I don't see a QR code on the camera. Maybe it's in the instructions? I know there was on the quick setup guide. I don't see any QR code. Oh, let me see. I think it's saying that the SIM card is not in right. Oh, there's a reset button. Let's see if that does anything. Flashing. And it's steady red. Yeah. Alright guys, good morning. We're working on the Soliom camera, and we're here in a hotel room because I have both an AT&T signal and the Verizon signal. Now, the instructions say we gotta turn on the camera through this switch here on the side of the solar panel. So we flick that on. Oops. Careful. And we gotta wait for this little light on the front of the camera to give me a steady blue. It's red, then red blue flashing. Fast flash. Hopefully there's a blue steady. Great. That means we have a signal. That's the AT&T signal that I put in the camera. Or at least I'm hoping it is. Okay, and then on the phone, I gotta go to the Soliom app. Okay, and you're not going to really be able to see this. Add a device.
Insert the SIM card, install the camera, install the antenna, then power on the device. The blue LED will light up after about 1 minute. Click Next.
Okay, what that basically said was insert the SIM card, which was done already. Install the antenna, which is already done. Then power on the device, which we just did. The blue LED light will light up after about 1 minute, which it did. Click Next. Well, blue light is constantly on. Next.
Scan the QR code on the camera to connect to your phone.
Alright, I do that.
Enter the camera name and address. Using default name and address can Go to the next step directly.
That's fine. Just hit finish.
Camera installed successfully. Fully charge the camera at first use.
Alright, it says camera installed successfully. Fully charge the camera at first use, which we did. Alright, well, I'm going to try to see if I can figure this out, and we'll come back. Alright guys, I wanted to show you how the app works. So, hit the icon. I was playing with this before, we'll go back to the... And this is the home. You open up the app, this is what you get. Okay, we'll go to the device. And it's connecting to the camera. It's usually a lot quicker than this, but there we go. So as you can see, that's outside the garage. And if you wanted to just move the camera around, you hit this thing, which gives you this down here, and you could push down, makes the camera go down. And there's a little bit of a delay. Depends on the signal strength, I guess, at times. You move the camera around. There's the, well, you can see where the camera's bolted to that 2x4. There's the lake off in the distance. And then you have these icons across. I don't know if you can really see them, but I have the speaker off. You can put the speaker on. See if I can turn up the volume. I'm just getting kind of static, but oftentimes you can hear birds and whatnot. Here's the microphone, and that's when you can call out to... see, now you're going to get some feedback. But it definitely works. Turn that off. Mute it again. If you want to see your videos, you just swipe across. And there, you hit the calendar button. And then where you see a little blurb on a date, I delete them as we go along. We'll go back to yesterday and hit OK. Then all the videos from yesterday will pop up. A lot of times there's nothing there. We'll hit this one. Okay, if you hit the last button, that was the cloud. And what's funny is, it's not giving you the accurate, here comes the correct thumbnails. There's a deer coming across, walking across. Sounds like it's raining. We get a lot of noise because I got a tin roof and the camera's mounted high. Alright guys, that's how the app works, and I'm enjoying using it. It's effective. It does everything I need it to do. Sometimes it's a little confusing, but overall for $100 and like $3 and change a month, which you may not even need, it's a home run. Hi guys, Steve up the property. We've had a couple of weeks delay, I think, between when I first started to put up the Soliom solar/cellular security camera. And the truth is, I was kind of confused. It's a Chinese camera with the typical Chinese instruction manual, which isn't very clear. So there's a lot of trial and error to figure out how to make this thing work. And I didn't know how to go about doing a video on this thing and trying to explain how this thing works. There's an app on the phone. I mounted it up there. The trick is, up here in my property, it's kind of a rural area, and my phone is a Verizon phone, and I don't get any Verizon signal here at the property. The camera utilizes a SIM card, and how these SIM cards work, and it's kind of similar to my Tacticam Reveal cellular camera, is you put in this SIM card and it'll find the best signal and it'll hook onto that, which here is AT&T. So in order to sync the camera with the phone, you have to have them together. You got to take you got to scan the QR code off of the camera, and then they link. So in order to do that, I had to do it in my hotel room in town, where I had both the AT&T signal and the Verizon signal. So I synced them in the hotel room. I brought back the camera, put it up here, and last time I was there, what I needed to do was drive to find where I had a Verizon signal on my phone, which is, you know, a quarter of a mile down the road. There's just enough signal to get it to work. And I could tell that it worked. Now, the next thing is there's a SD card in the camera. So what it'll do is it has a PIR, as a motion detector, and it can pick up, I think it's not very far. I think the book says 18 feet. And I'm going to say that's probably around right, 18, 20 feet, something like that. And what's good is I have my Cellular Tacticam camera, which has better range, and that's on a tree out in front of the garage. So and I get notified, push notifications and alarms when either something comes into its range of view. So I'm getting the alarms for both now. Sometimes I get one for just the Tacticam because it has a better range. It'll pick up something off in the distance. Yet last night, or the night before, I had a bear stroll through here. And what I could tell is, which I know now, so I was curious, the camera has lights on it. So when it picks up something that strolls through, the lights do go on. I know that because the Reveal Tacticam Cellular Cam video shows that camera's lights coming on, and it lights up the bear walking through. And another thing is the lights, the bear could give a crap about the lights. She just didn't seem to care at all. She just kept on strolling, didn't like run off, nothing. So and I believe that also has an alarm, but I don't know how to turn that off. So it would make like a little screeching noise, which it would be nice if I could figure it out, but that's something for another day. I'm still trying to figure it out. Now, it comes with, I forget how much of a free trial of data for, it sends the videos to the cloud. And what I did was I bought, I think it was a year's worth, because I think it's $3.99 a month. And I couldn't really figure out, I don't know if it tells you how much storage it gives you. But after like 3 weeks of having the camera up, there's not a lot that comes through here. It's usually a deer walking through. On windy days when it blows stuff past its view, it sets it off. But I might get, every day I usually get 1 or 2 notifications. So it's not a lot, and I don't think I'll go over my $3.99 a month data allotment. Now, I'm pretty sure that's it, although I'm not sure if there's anything else I have to pay for. You know, everything has a subscription service, but I need this on here right now because don't have electricity up at the property. You know that. My modular house isn't built, and I don't know when it will be. That's a whole other story and nightmare. So I think right now this thing works great. You know, I'll get a little alarm set off. It's troublesome at night. My wife does not like it. I could care less. You know, I'll get up and I'll check it. I just want to make sure nobody's breaking in. So I got the thing, I think, turned down so it's not that loud. And it'll wake me up, check it, make sure nobody's breaking in. And the thing seems to work great. You know, I have it in conjunction with my Tacticam Reveal. When I get the house built up here and I have electricity, I'm probably going to set up a little more elaborate system so that, you know, it'll be impenetrable. Maybe I'll pay for a monitoring service. I just have this up here and it gives me a little peace of mind. The thing works great. The thing was like $100. So if you're in an area, if you got a cabin up in the woods and you don't have electricity, this thing is great. You know, you stick in the SIM card, you got the SD card. Now it says there's a way so you can turn off, you don't need the cloud. It'll just record the videos to the SD card, and you know, you can get, you know, 128 or 256 gigabytes on one of those cards. And if you're only getting, you know, 1 or 2 10-second videos a day, that's not going to fill up that card. You come up every 2 or 3 months, and or even longer, and change out the card. But you're also going to get the videos sent to your phone. So generally speaking, you're not going to keep them unless you like the videos. I mean, I have so many trail cams around here, you know, that take a much better quality video, and they're, you know, this, you know, I haven't seen anything yet that I want to keep and put on my trail cam Saturdays video. So the thing works great. I'm going to give it my thumbs up. You know, it was fairly easy to put up there. It's held up by 4 screws. It comes pretty much already assembled. The only thing you have to do is plop the solar panel on top of the camera. You got to put in, I think the SD card, it comes with one. It's already installed because they don't want you to screw it up. But the SIM card, which is, you know, a little more difficult to put in because you don't know if it's upside down, or they give you instructions on how to install that. That one is more difficult to install, and they don't pre-install that one. But I put that in. I put it up there. It's not coming down. It's up there high. I don't think a bear could get up there and rip it down. A bear already went by. He was not interested, could care less, and even when the light went off. It has the ability where you could pick up the audio and you could talk back and forth. So I've tried it. You know, I've seen deer walk through here. I got the alarm. I go on the app and I talk to it. I say, "Hey fella, how you doing?" The thing picks up the head, looks at you. So it definitely works. For $100, and $3.99 a month, which you may not even need, I think it's a home run. So I give it my thumbs up. If you have any questions about it, just put it in the comments. I love to hear from you. I'll try to include a couple examples of the videos I get off of it, and maybe I can get the one with the bear from both the Tacticam and the security camera, which is a Soliom. I'll put the link for the security camera in the comments. I got it off of Amazon. Great video. Thanks for tagging along with me on this adventure. It's a tough one. I wish I could give you a little more details, but I'm still confused. You could call. They have a customer service number. You can call them. I'm afraid I'm going to get some Indian guy in India that's not going to understand anything, and they're just giving scripts. You know, sometimes you ask them a question, they just go look in their books and they read off what they have in the book. They really don't know what they're looking at. All right, guys, thanks for tagging along. I'll catch you next week.